Welcome to another episode of Bleav in Falcons. I'm your host, Ovie Mughelli, and that's my co-host, the Mr. Michael Turner. And together, we're one of the best fullback, not one of the best, the best fullback tailback combination in Falcons history. Says me and my mom and a couple other people, but I'm riding with that. I'm riding with that. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm
All
doing fantastic, man. Just middle of July, just trying to stay cool.
all right, stay cool. You always moving around. I look forward to the season where you're gonna be stable because you
You're,
busy
you're right.
man. You got to go here, there, but you're always
Yeah,
in great locations. I'm always in hotels, traveling. You're hardworking
yeah,
people. But
yeah, yeah.
I really want to get into some of the dynamics of the players and the coaches in this episode because it is so important to have good coaches. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you have a great player, regardless. But Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, people can say what they want, even though Tom Brady's great as he is. Him and Bill worked well together. And I kind of want to get into what type of coach is the best coach for the Falcons or for the certain players or that you like, that I like, and see what these players are going to get with Raheem because Raheem is I think the perfect fit for this team, but he could be too good because some say he's too lax. But I'm gonna get your thoughts on that. But before that, I'm gonna go into our sponsor, give them some love. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything from the Olympics to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game is over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poker, or unwind with one of the head-to-head websites today to get on the action. Use promo code Bleav BLEAV for 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online. The game starts here. I'm gonna get better as time goes. But it's crazy. Betting, sports betting, is something that we couldn't do when we were players, and you shouldn't do for obvious reasons. But I think now they're starting to allow more. It's something they didn't even want associated with the game, but now it's a huge part of the game. I think it's great.
Right.
Great for fantasy football. It's great for the players. The more money that comes into it, we get. But I could never get into it. I hate losing money. I go to Vegas and I'll bring like $500 to me, and that's it. Because if I lose
And that's
money, like I'm hot. And
right.
I don't know if you went to Vegas a lot with the some other guys, but they would bring 10,000, 20,000
Yeah.
stacks, and they win big and lose big, and I'm looking at them crazy. Like I'd be I'd be a mess if I lost $20,000. I can't bet like that. That's just me,
Yeah.
huge amounts. But now, man, I'm actually funny story, and this will be probably played later on. But I was in the airport for 6 hours last night. It was crazy because they had this Microsoft glitch, and everybody was yelling and screaming at these poor workers at the airport. And I felt bad for them. And they had their managers come out. Their managers were trying to coach up the employees to deal with the hundreds of stranded, I guess, airplane people goers, and some did better than others. But it was interesting about that situation, this conversation, because the coaching and the connection and how they were trying to get their people ready to deal with uh, just I won't say tragedy, but it was a situation, a tight situation. And as you know, some coaches work good in crunch time, some coaches work bad in crunch time. We talked about our boy G, our running back coach that we affectionately call G. He was great for us because we didn't need much help. And G did give us encouragement, kept us in line. But when me, you, Jarius were in the running back meeting room, he would go over just enough to get us what we needed, but he gave us a lot of rope, a lot of room to do our own thing. And I like those coaches, but Raheem and some of the coaches for the Falcons, they're all across the board. I mean, give me your early thoughts on Raheem and how he's going to work with this Falcons team.
I think some of the guys already knew him from his
True.
previous stint here with the Falcons. So I think that helps a lot. They know him and they seem excited to have him back in the locker room. So he seems like a well-liked coach, and that's number one. That's what you want. Somebody that the coaches like immediately like, hit it off well with. And from what I've seen at practice that I went to a few weeks ago, the guys seem to be pumped to have him as a coach, and they ready to listen to him and listen to the message. And that's another thing that I think he can bring. It's just what they say, a new voice,
Yeah.
a new sound that they need. Because some of these guys are very young, and it's not no early success with this team. So I think Raheem will bring a new voice to him, give him some more courage, give him that extra push to give him, give us that finally a winning season, man. We ain't had a winning season in a long time here.
A long time. And the funny thing is that we used to all kind of make fun of the coach over the Detroit Lions when he was came. He had he was over the top a little bit. I forget his name, but I know the Detroit Lions. He was talking about how they're going to hit and how they're going to play, and he was a great players coach, and he used to play obviously. And he connect with the players, but he was somebody who I didn't think could translate to win because he was too much of a players coach. And then before you knew it, Detroit was beating our behinds last year and almost going to the Super Bowl. And I guess the difference between Raheem and Arthur Smith, who they had before, it couldn't be farther apart. Because Arthur, I'd met him a couple times. I don't know how many times you interact with Arthur. Nice guy, but he was more muted and kind of just low key, and he had this little quirks of personality. But Raheem, like, he's a big personality. He'll dap you up and give you a hug, and he'll talk to you and he'll motivate you. He's smiling a little more, and I like those type of coaches because I'm somewhat of a big personality, and I like to engage with people. I want to talk trash, and somebody who's going to tell me what I'm doing wrong and not really hold back. And I think that not just the quarterback room and not just our offense, defense, but the whole team having that energy. They've talked about it time and time again. The energy is different. The energy is at a level to where we feel like we can bring the best out of ourselves, and we can be able to. Time will tell. We will be able to bounce back when we're down a little bit, when times are rough, things get a little shaky. Because everyone looks good and sounds good until they get punched in the face, and then it's like, all right, let me figure this out. And that's another thing that people have kind of been saying. We're all really high on the Falcons. We're all like, there's no way things can go wrong. There's no way this could be messed up. We have a great quarterback now. Defense is getting better. Most sacks as a defense in like years and years. And offensive line is already stacked, and they're one more year together. Our running back room is stacked. Like, we're winning the Super Bowl. And I've been a part of that. I've drank the Kool-Aid. Those who've listened to this podcast the last couple of weeks and months, I'm high on the team, and I think for great reason. But are we a little bit too high on this team? Is there anything you can foresee that would make all the great things we're talking about not come into play with the Falcons?
I like positive energy coming into a season. I like that. I like that part about it. I like the fans' excitement. You can hear it, when you're riding around Atlanta. You can. It's like a rumble out there. Like, oh, this is it. We're back.
Yeah.
But let's play week one first. That's all I'm like.
He's like, calm down. Let's play week one first.
But I like it though. I like that excitement. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shame that the Falcons won't have fans at camp this year. Because they're doing all that construction.
That's right.
Because I would like to see how many fans would be coming up to Flowery Branch and watching practice, because that affects us too. That gives us more energy in practice. I like to see all the fans showing up. You know what I'm saying? They and that shows how much excitement they are really about the team. I don't know, years over when you've been here, like maybe it wasn't not many people in the stands, and or on that field sitting down to watch y'all practice. But even my first year in '08, it wasn't that many people coming out. But after '08, miles and miles of people come out, what I'm saying, because they are believing in the team and believe that we're gonna have some success. So I like the excitement, but I'm not saying Super Bowl yet, but anything can happen. But I'm just not gonna say that off the bat. Let's see week one, see how we look in week one first.
You're smart. You can't get hurt if you have no expectations. And
right.
That's sometimes how I go into things. Like, hey, yeah, we'll be what we'll be. But it's those fans. I feel bad for these fans. It's the fans every year. Even the Marcus Mariota, that Desmond Ridder year, they would find some way to piece together, this this amazing season that we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, well, Desmond Ritter, we're going to the Super Bowl? Like, yes, we're going to the Super Bowl because he's going to do what, Russell Wilson did in this year. And he could be, and we fans just want it to be what, they want it to be. And then they're hurt. They're falling down. They're crying. I can't believe we're 7 wins. I can't believe. So I'm not doing that, but I do agree with you on the fan part. So I was here during one of the roughest years. I came when Mike Vick was going through his thing, and we won like 3-4 games. Like, dude, that fans they came to protest. They came to yell at us. Like, I was like, I didn't do anything. I just got here. I was like, I came from Baltimore. Like, they were yelling. I think they were throwing things too. We had to have security, and it was just a lot of negative energy. And fans weren't in the stands cheering. We had a couple of fans that were cheering, but it was, pretty empty for training camp. And, during the season, it was pretty empty. And we lost a lot of games. Another reason it was empty. And so we didn't have that energy. And when your first year, we started running the ball, it got a little better. At 2009, when, Matt was going into his second year, like, oh, this Matt Ryan kid's good. And this running game is pretty decent. And, we got something here. That's when you felt it, not just around the city, but you felt it in practice and in games, or at least training camp when the fans were there, and that meant something. So fans, like, we hear you, we see you, we feel you. They come up and talk to me when I was playing, and even now, I love interacting with fans and talking about just what their thoughts are, what they want to be. We tell some old war stories, and it's cool because I know some guys don't like to be approached, but you and me, we're not like a standoffish type of people. So guys, if you see Michael Turner in the grocery store or walking, go talk to him, man. Ask him for a picture. He'll take it. He enjoys it. Yeah. But has anybody actually reached out to you while you're out and talked to you about the Falcons season with real honest excitement?
Man, all the time, man, all the time. I talk about the Falcons all the time. Anybody who like comes around me or finds out who I am just by sitting down talking to me out in the restaurant or wherever, anywhere. Like, so how are we looking this year? How we looking this year? So, I mean, I don't know.
He said, I'm not practice.
I mean, I'm not out of practice. I'm not, what I'm saying? They ask me about Kurt. How's Kurt looking in practice? I mean, I'm not out there, man. I'm not
He
with
said,
the team every day. That's private. That's private stuff. But I'm saying I'm just excited as y'all, man. I want to see what happens. And see what we got this year. We got the potential,
yeah,
but we have been having potential for the past couple of years. So
right,
we just so we just got to see. We just got to see can we finally put it all together.
man. Oh gosh, it's something that you think about, and you they say to visualize. Visualizing is a great way to make anything come to pass. If you don't visualize it, if you don't say it, even speaking it out loud. I tell my kids, don't speak negativity. You always got to, visualize greatness. You got to talk greatness. You always got to see yourself, winning or doing what you're supposed to do. And the Falcons, they have that confidence. Not I won't say cockiness, but just when you hear their interviews, a lot of the interviews of the players, same players that were on the team last year, when they're interviewing and they're talking about the season, their expectations, how they feel like they're going to do, it's noticeable the change. And I think that when you bring the right people together, it makes everyone have a higher sense of self. So those fluffy, mental toughness type of things, it actually helps. I know some team. I think the Falcons may have one, like a mental coach. Like we didn't have it when we were here back in our day. We didn't have a mental coach, but like they have like a mindset coach or mindfulness or mental toughness or coaches that help you deal with all the things that come into play. Because as we know, football, it's a lot of it's mental. It's not physical. It's just like how you going to get past a bad play. How you going to outsmart the defense. How you can do all that stuff. Because a lot of people are bigger, fast, and strong, but the ones who can pull all together, the ones who win games. Talk about some of your experiences with Mike Smith and our coach G and our office coordinator Malarkey. Love Malarkey. It's not Malarkey. What's his name? Our office coordinator.
was Mike Malarkey.
Mike,
Mike
oh,
Malarkey.
Mike Malarkey. It sounds so silly, like a bunch of malarkey. I was like, is his name really Malarkey? Yeah, his name is Malarkey. It can't be
You
Malarkey.
didn't think it was real, huh? You didn't think it.
Yeah, Mike Malarkey. Oh, a bunch of malarkey.
Mike Malarkey.
Yeah, but nah,
Yeah.
but Coach Smith, Mike Malarkey, G, all great coaches. Give us some insight into how those coaches and their relationship with you played a role in you being at your best while with the Falcons.
Oh man, oh that's tough. I mean, everybody was different,
Yeah,
G. Start with G. This was his first NFL
it
job.
was his first NFL job. You like
So so
JJ Redick. He went
so
from
he
like
was
freaking high school to he coached in college, but it wasn't a big
he
college,
does in
was it?
college, right?
Where did he coach at?
Indiana.
Yeah,
He came from Indiana.
yeah. So this was his big. I remember telling us, he said, "Hey guys, don't f this up for me. Hey, I need this paycheck. Don't f this up for me." Like,
Yeah,
G,
yeah,
we
yeah,
got you. We got you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right,
And
right.
he was
You're right, you're right, right.
it's kind of funny. It's kind of cute. Like he come back after big games, like, hey, y'all make me look good. They was talking about, I don't know what you did to the running backs, G, but you got the running backs right. They got they picked up the blitzes. They was running hard. Mike was broke like 150 yards. Ovie
Right,
was panicking people. She's like, yeah, that's all
right.
me. I said, gee, that's none of you. That's all us. What are you talking about? I'm like, I'm taking the credit. Love G. But yeah, go
Right,
ahead.
right,
Sorry.
right. Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, so it was like his dynamic was because he didn't know what an NFL locker room was going to be
Yeah,
like. We could have been jerks to him,
you could have been.
like because some some guys like push their muscle around, coaches and stuff when they make a few little dollars and they think they run things. But me and you, like, we took coaching well, and we knew the situation at hand, and we was thinking about bigger things than being some kind of bully to a coach. So it was.
That irritates me because I play with those guys. You play with those guys who think they're like
Yeah,
they're God's gift to everything, and their shit don't stink, and they just like it
yeah,
should be the no asshole rule. They don't have to be an asshole, just cause. And from
yeah.
the
Right, right.
players to the coaches, and especially the new coaches, they can smell like the uncertainty, not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
weakness. They
yeah,
can smell a
yeah,
coach who's not quite sure of himself, and
yeah,
they'll just get on him and make him feel small. And G had moments where we could have done that, where he told us the wrong thing, and we could have lauded him out in front of the offense coordinator. But why would you do that? Like I like G as
right,
a
right, right,
person. I think it speaks to Raheem and those guys, but I like G as a person. He was a guy that
right,
I wanted to see win, and I can tell that he wanted to see me win. He wanted to see you win, and so that's why
right.
I fought hard just to win and for my contract and do my job. But I fought a little extra. I fought a little extra harder so I can make G look good, and I think
Right,
that
right,
means something.
right. And Gerald Brown reference to when we say G, so people out there
Yeah,
don't know.
the Gerald Brown, D. Gerald Brown. I'm
Gerald
gonna
Brown.
send him
Gerald
this.
Brown.
Tell me he owes his money for taking care of him. We
Gerald
got him a
Brown.
couple good
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Got him a couple good years, man. He's a great guy, great coach, and as like going along that journey, because that was my first year starting. His first year being what I'm saying, NFL, having an NFL job. So we was kind of going on this unknown journey together, kind of, So that made it unique and special between me and him.
Absolutely. It was my first year starting, but it was my first. Well, it was my first year, as the guy. It was my first year to prove my contract because they gave me $18 million. I was the highest paid fullback in the NFL, and I had fans sending me DMs and emails saying, "You're making $100,000 per play. You only played 6 plays this game. You only played 8 plays that game because we were so bad that year before you came. We were getting blown out, and so they were just in 4 wides. And so I literally the biggest free agent acquisition, making the most money out of any fullback in the NFL, and teams didn't even have fullbacks. And I'm sitting on the bench. I go for special teams,
Right.
and it was weird because Bobby Petrino. We have a whole episode for that. Bobby Petrino, he wouldn't even put me into the game. He wouldn't create plays or that would put me in the game. And so, poor Rich McKay has that. Every time I see Rich, I'm like, I was the reason that they fired you as GM. He's like, yes, Ovie, yes, you were. I'm like, really? He's like, no, but yes. He's like,
Yeah.
like, who chooses a fullback as your largest free agent acquisition?
Yeah.
He's like, I did. I
Right.
did, Ovie. And I never got a GM
Yeah.
job after that. But
Oh
no,
my
it
god.
was
Oh my god.
it was interesting. But talk about Mularkey. Mike Mularkey, he's a special guy. Talk about Coach Mularkey, the offense coordinator, and his relationship with the players. At least you.
With me, I think I was just the right fit with
Yeah.
him. What he wanted to do when they brought me in, and he was a down, hard nosed. You know, saying like a lot of crackback plays. Chop blocking, just getting the offensive line right. I think he was the reason for all that stuff. Guys getting tough, get to play with a little chip on your shoulder. And brought that toughness out of us. And I think he was the head of that, and that's what made him special. He was, and he when I on a recruiting visit, he just showed me plays of Jerome Bettis and the plays that he ran. Because he coached in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he did. That's
Uh,
right.
he said, this is what I want you to do. All this, I was like, yeah. It's all like,
You said, you call me fat. You call me Jerome Bettis. Let me shut. No,
yeah,
no. I just want you to run like him. Oh, he light skin. I'm light skin. He fat. I'm fat. You trying to say?
no,
No,
so
no, no.
he just showed me all the scheme that he wanted me to, say. He was like, yeah. He said, I think you'd be the perfect fit for this, and I think you can do this and even more. I was like, okay, let's go, let's do it. I like the plan, and I was like, because I feel like I can do anything. Zone reads, ISOs, down, gap and trap plays, anything. So I was ready, and Mike Mularkey, he just pushed everybody's buttons,
He did.
and he wanted things done right. If you got to be lined up a certain way every single time, or you do it right. No, he didn't give nobody any leeway, and that's what I liked about him.
No, no, absolutely. Like, he was a guy who was a player's coach. He was approachable, but you knew not to f up. Like you couldn't mess up with Mike. Like he held you
Yeah,
accountable, and it wasn't just you were
yeah,
letting him down.
yeah,
You letting the whole team down. He would let you know that you're letting the whole team down in front of the whole team
yeah.
during the
But
season. So
you're right,
Mike Mularkey, again, great OC. We're obviously a little biased because he loved the run game. He obviously took care
right,
of Matt,
right, right.
made sure that Matt Ryan had his time to shine, but he made life easy
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Matt. Start out, we made life easy for Matt because we ran the damn ball. We ran it well, we ran it
right,
hard, and we had that chip on our shoulder. We're trying to prove something. Mike was trying to prove something. Being a head coach after OC, you get your first chance to be like the guy. I want to prove that they didn't waste all that money on me.
right, right,
Yeah. So
right.
like we all had something to prove, and I think we definitely did it. And I'm a Coach Smith. It's weird. Uh, I wasn't that close to Mike Smith. I didn't talk to him much. I talked to G. I talked to Mike Larkey. And me and Coach Smith, he was cool, but we just didn't
Right.
talk much. How about you? How was your relationship with Mike Smith?
Actually, he lived right down the street from me. He used to live down the
Oh,
street from
did
me. So,
he? Okay. All right. You talked to him
yeah,
more than yeah.
had to pass my house to get to his house. So he seen everything I had going on over there. So,
Yeah. He said, Mike, tell all the girls to leave. Tell them to stop fighting over you. Tell Mike you got to practice. Mike, tell them no.
yeah,
Close
right,
back up.
right,
Stop.
right.
Yeah,
You're right, bro. Yeah. But Mike, he was a quiet guy. He was a quiet guy. To me, he was a quiet
he
guy.
was.
Another thing, that was his first head coaching job.
Yeah,
So that's another dynamic. Now, everybody has something to prove in '08, coming into the season. So, and that made it special. That's what I'm saying. It made it special. Made something unique for like everybody in the room. Expectations was like taking care of each other.
yeah,
It wasn't no selfish egos. Nothing. Everybody trying to get their own little stats in
yep.
or anything like that. It was like, hey, we came here to do something, and we don't know what we got here. We just put some ingredients in the pot. We want to see if we can make some gumbo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And it was
yeah,
it was kind of us against the world because after that Mike Vick season, everyone wanted us to lose. Everyone hated the Falcons. Everyone's like, this Matt Ryan, this squeaky Boston College skinny white kid ain't gonna be a franchise quarterback. He's not gonna be next Tom
yeah,
Brady.
yeah,
They didn't believe in
right,
in, in anything, and I like that. Like I love that's why I love home games, love the team, the crowd. But I love going to away games where I feel like it's a gladiator. I used to watch Gladiator
yeah,
movie before games in
yeah,
college and in my first couple years NFL because that us against the world feeling it made me just want to go even harder. So
right,
that
right,
first
right.
year in '08 was special. I think the Falcons aren't coming from that type of depths that we came from '08,
No,
but they are
no,
coming from.
no, not at
They've
all.
been bad year after year after year, and they have something. They honestly have something to prove because they can't
Right,
say, "Oh, we don't have the talent." They couldn't say it last year
Right,
even.
right,
They had the talent, just not quarterback. Now they have the talent quarterback. You have no excuses. The fans are tired.
right,
They're probably tired. I know the staff is Arthur Blank. Poor man. Give that man a Super Bowl before he
right,
leaves this
right,
planet. He
right,
deserves one.
right,
He's tired.
right,
So they all have that urgency with Raheem there. I think they're going to have, not the same, but a similar type of makeup that we had our first year come together to where they have something to prove. They want to show the fans themselves. They want to show the rest of the NFL that the Falcons aren't to be pushed around. The Falcons aren't somebody who
right,
you just laugh at and check off. Oh, that's a W, because people do that for the Falcons. They did that before me and you came in. So
right, 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 right.
I'm really really excited for the season. I'm excited to see training camp coming out, and it's gonna be fun. Maybe we can have all these fans like and subscribe to our podcast and ask me and ask you questions, but they can't ask you questions, Mike, because you're not on social media. You're not on Twitter. You're not on Instagram. You're not on, Facebook for
Hey,
the old people. You're not on what do you call it? The TikToks or the YouTube. You're not on
no,
anything. Like, why are you not on any social media? Michael Turner. Fans want to talk to you.
I just haven't been interested in it, man. I think these. I mean, I don't know, man. I just haven't been. Yeah, I just haven't been because it wasn't a thing when we played.
True.
So it's like maybe if we was playing, I don't even know if I would have been on while playing. To tell you the truth, because I don't want to hear every single body's.
Michael Turner, you suck.
You didn't do this. You messed up my fantasy team. Gonna respond to every. The newspapers was bad enough,
Yes.
so I can't imagine.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Having a Twitter account or whatever.
you're right.
Maybe it's time for me to come on and come out of hiding.
I'm saying that
Uh,
they're not going to be as rough as they were back when you were playing, because you're not playing. Nothing, to really talk trash to you about. But they do want to talk about
okay.
what you're thinking, your thoughts on whatever. They
All
want
right.
to hear your voice and interact with you, because even me and my small amount of followers, we have fun going back. It's always interesting to hear what their thoughts on the season and makeup and who we need and who we're not going to do. So we're going to start a little campaign to get you on Twitter, Instagram, or at least some of the social medias, just so they can interact with you, because not everyone
Yeah,
will
I
find
got
you
you.
at the grocery store, while you're shopping for your foods and buying wherever it is that Mike Turner buys. People want to talk to you, day to day or weekly basis. So we'll see
Okay,
if we
okay,
make it
okay.
happen.
We can see. We'll see, man.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we will see. But yeah, that's it for us today. And Bleav in Falcons. Again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Definitely like and subscribe. Stay tuned, because we're going to get better at this thing. It takes a while for it to mesh. And I think that we're getting the hang of this podcast thing. We're going to make it big. So y'all enjoy yourselves. Be safe.